Hello and welcome to Herald TV News at 3 with me, Orina. The Satyagraha observed under the banner of Save Old Goa Action Committee enters the 165th day. On Saturday, several theatrists joined the 165th day Satyagraha at Old Goa, demanding to demolish the illegal structure constructed at the Old Goa heritage site. Already, the Panchayat has given a demolition order, but the Directorate of Panchayat has kept the order on hold.
Theatrists are on protest demanding demolition of the illegal structure. Save Old Goa Satyagraha enters day 165. Already, the Panchayat has given a demolition order, but the Directorate of Panchayat has kept the order on hold.
Save Goa's treasurer and a troop contact an to Michael and Michael and troop दाखवून दिलो so full support आमच्या सांफ्रास्काचे illegal constructionाक आमकां demolition करपाक support केला आनी ही support केला आनी त्या पासत हांव कमिटीच्यान आनी आमचे प्रेसिडेंटान म्हणलां ते भाशेन सगल्यांक हांव त्या ट्रुपाक देव बरें करूं म्हणटा आनी असोच आमकां फुडें सपोर्ट मेळटलो टील दी डेमोलिश
जे मेरेन आमकां न्याय मेळचो ना ते मेरेन ही सत्याग्रह सदांच एवरीडे चालू आसतली.
शायना हांवें म्हज्या कांतारान तुका पयलें सांगलेलें आनी परतूनय सांगता आनी एक पाट शायना तुका आमच्या गोंया आनी कांय ना.
गोंया तुका जाय तें कर पूण ह्या जाग्यार कांय ना. हो जागो आमचो सान फ्रांसीस शावेराचो.
गोंयच्या सायबाचो हो जागो वर्ल्ड प्रोटेक्टेड जागो हेरिटेज जागो तातूंत खंयच्याच व्यक्तित्व मनशांक जागो ना. इल्लिगल करूंक जावचें ना आनी इल्लिगल दवरूंकूय आमी दिवचे ना. गोंयकार आसोसोर गोंयकार हो जागो सांबाळटले.
सान फ्रांसीस
शावेरा वोडाकुरा रादी सामच्या मोगान लास्टेल्या बेसांगार सायबा शारार गोंयच्या सांबाळून सोदागार गोपान तुझ्या बेसांगार सायबा शारार गोंयच्या सांबाळून सोदागार गोपान तुझ्या.
सान फ्रांसीस शावेरान आमकां गोंयकारांक सगोट गोंयकारांक जावं ते हिंदू क्रिस्तांव मुसलमान सगल्यांक सांबाळल्या. आयज मेरेन सांबाळल्या आनी फाल्यां पासून तो आमकां सांबाळटलो म्हणून आमकां पुरो भरवंसो आसा.
Devendra Gaonkar for Herald TV.
The price of domestic LPG cylinder was hiked by rupees 50 on Saturday. With the latest revision, the 14.2 kg domestic cylinder will now cost rupees 999.50 per cylinder. Several people across the state have reacted strongly to this.
14.2 kg LPG cylinder, domestic one, have been hiked by price again. The new domestic cylinder will now cost rupees 999.50 per cylinder, which is almost crossing in some places to 1,000 mark. Goans have reacted sharply towards the continuous price hikes. The price of domestic LPG cylinder was hiked by rupees 50 on Saturday. With the latest revision, the 14.2 kg domestic cylinder will now cost up to rupees 999.50 per cylinder. Several people across the state have reacted sharply to this. Now the highlights are that earlier this month, the price of 19 kg commercial LPG cylinder was hiked and increased by rupees 102 to nearly 2,355.5. The price of 5 kg LPG commercial cylinder was hiked by 655. In 1 year, domestic LPG price have jumped by nearly rupees 200.
Goacan has been consistently raising this issue that when the rate of the LPG domestic gas cylinder is increased, it is the right of the consumer to get the appropriate subsidy. Now, so long the subsidy has been stopped. This is creating a lot of pressure on the senior citizens and people who are in the weaker sections. So as the government had assured that subsidy would be given, that subsidy should be revived, because 50 rupees now increase from today is going to impact the consumers. So we earnestly request that the petroleum companies work out a system on this. Also, to display the price permanently on a website. We have already put up the proposal to Department of Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs that somewhere the price of gas should be displayed every day. If anybody wants to check it, on some website it should be available. And this subsidy matter should be, looked into at the earliest.
Clinton D'Souza and Prasad Polji for Herald TV.
On Saturday, Panjim police have registered an FIR against 3 income tax inspectors working at IT department in Pato for allegedly sexually assaulting and threatening a female staff. The accused have been identified. The 3 accused person had been sexually assaulting the victim since February 2022.
Panjim police on Saturday have registered an FIR against 3 income tax inspectors working at the IT department in Pato for allegedly sexually assaulting and threatening a female staff. The accused have been identified as Manidhar Atri from Delhi, Aditya Verma from Rajasthan, and Deepak Kumar from Bengaluru. Police said that all the above 3 inspectors were allegedly sexually assaulting and threatening a junior female staff at the office. Police further added that all the 3 accused persons have been booked under Section 354A, 354D, and 506(2), read with 34 of IPC. As per sources, the 3 accused persons have been sexually assaulting the victims since February 2022. Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.
Transport Minister Movin Gudino on Saturday said that a decision is yet to be taken with regards to granting permits for rent-a-car operators. Gudino said he wants to regulate giving permits to new vehicles and has hence asked for an audit to identify the figures as to how many black and white taxis are there in the state, their conditions of permit, which need to be restricted, etc., after which a decision will be taken. Describing renter bikes as the biggest nuisance in the state, Gudino said that though bikes are necessary for shorter distances, tourists do not know how to ride one responsibly, causing major accidents.
Transport Minister Movin Gudino on Saturday said that a decision is yet to be taken with regards to granting permits for rent-a-car operators. Gudino said he wants to regulate giving permits to new vehicles and has asked for an audit to identify the number of taxis, their conditions of permit, etc. Gudino said, though bikes are necessary for shorter distance, tourists do not know how to ride one responsibly, causing major accidents.
आम्ही डिसिजन घेवपाचें आहा म्हण हांवें सांगलां. दॅट थॉट प्रोसेस इज गोईंग ऑन. कित्याक आतां रेंट कारा नांवान खूंय पार्किंग करता. इवन रस्त्यार तूं पळयल्यार गाडी कोण पार्क करता जे ते बिल्डिंगान रावता ताका भायर काडपाक मेळना. विलेजींनी तशें जालां. घरा फुडल्यान समोर सगळे कडेन पार्किंग करता. एअरपोर्टार सगळे कडेन पार्किंग, लोकांक आपल्या बंगल्यांसून भायर सरपाक मेळना. हें चलपाना. Condition अशें आसा, they should have their own parking facility. They are flouting all the rules. So I said to carry on an audit of the taxis. Audit म्हळ्यार factual situation, whether it is rent a car, whether it is black and yellow, whether it is tourist taxi, whether it is all India permit. हे भाशेन सगळे म्हाका data येता तेन्ना it will be better for me to take a decision. Now you have asked only about rent a car, rent a bike. The biggest nuisance I would say, while it is necessary for short distances, लोक तीच bike घेवन भोंवता. ग्लोबल जीपीएसाचेर, ग्लोबल पोजिशनिंग सिस्टमाचेर फाटल्यान बसता तो सांगता लेफ्ट वच, लेफ्ट नाच, एक्चुअली वचपा जाय रायटार, फाटल्यान हाडून डाम करून मारता. हाऊ मेनी फॅटिलिटीज हॅव बीन देयर? हंड्रेड्स एंड हंड्रेड्स ऑफ देम. सो आई कॅनॉट अलाव द टुरिस्ट कमिंग टू गोवा फॉर अ हॉलिडे टू डाय ऑन द रोड्स or be maimed and go home. So I have to put on some restrictions. So I am going to put restrictions definitely. One restriction I have put, major one. Last 8 months I have not allowed a single new registration with rent a bike. Permission on Dina, and I will be reviewing the whole thing as a whole.
Registration
No. See, we want to regulate giving permits to new vehicles.
And
I asked for a taxi audit. Wherein I have the figures. How many are tourist taxis? How many black and white? Who need to be restricted? कायच्या काय कितले दिले नंबर आणि सगळे रस्त्यार येवन आयले सगळे ब्लॉक केले अशें जायना न्ही कायच्या काय पार्किंग जाता. What are the conditions of the permit? Where they are supposed to park? How they are supposed to do? हे सगळें हांव रेग्युलेट करपाक.
आणि जे थोडे गाडयो आसा ते भायल्या गाड्या हितून पासिंग करून हाडटाय पांवडीचेर बी तेंचेर तुमी कितें एक्शन घेतलें?
ना ते आमी आतां ड्रायव्ह स्टार्ट करपाचें आसा. That they have to register in Goa. By register करता आनी तशेंच दवरता. That also I am going to do. Against tinted glasses also I am going to launch a drive. Already it has started, but I will see that it is more vigorous.
Thank you, sir.
Aditya Vidre for Herald TV.
Four offices, including that of a bank at Rizim Plaza at Morod and Mapsa, was burgled late last night. The burglars managed to escape with rupees 25,000 in cash and 3 mobiles. The robbers apparently entered into the offices by breaking open the door latches. 3 persons have been arrested. Further investigation is being carried out.
4 offices, including that of a bank at Rizim Plaza at Morod in Mapsa, were burgled last night. The burglars managed to escape with about 25,000 cash and 3 mobile phones. The robbers apparently entered into the offices by breaking open the main door latches.
That on 5th May, we received a complaint from some 2-3 advocates, one shop owner, that a theft has taken place on the 2nd floor, building adjacent to the fish market. So upon the receipt of the complaint, we saw that some unknown culprits had effected entry in the shops and the offices by breaking the locks of the main door. And after going in there, they committed theft of cash of rupees 25,000 and 4 mobiles. So in this connection, we registered an FIR at Mapsa police station. During the course of investigation, we got information that there are 3 accused who have been released from Kolwale jail last 3 days. So we kept a track on them. They were in Margaon. We used some fellows to call them to Mapsa, and after calling them, we took them in our custody. After interrogation, they confessed that they have committed the crime. We also got the CCTV footage which matches with all the 3 accused, and we recovered all the mobile phone and cash of around 16,000. Bakiche cash they have spent. Okay, all the 3 persons were placed under arrest. They were produced before magistrate, and 5 days police custody remand is being granted. ते हिस्ट्री सिटर न्हू, चोरी जाली न्हू, हांगा म्हापसा चोरी जावपाक लागले 2-3 दिसांनी. सो आमी मातशें आमकां दिसलें की मिलाग्रीचे फेस्त आसा थंयसर आउटसायडर्स येता ते चोरी करतात. आनी आमी कोलवाळे जेलीन विचारलें तांकां की बाबा हे रिसंटली कोण चोर बी सुटल्या. सो तेंच्यांनी इन्फॉर्मेशन दिली आमकां की हे 3 जाण सुटल्या म्हणून, आनी तो सत्या म्हणटा तो हाडकोर मडगांव बीन केसी आहा तेज्यो. सो ताका आमी आयडेंटिफाय केलो आनी ताका थ्रू वन इन्फॉर्मंट ताका हाडलो हांगासर. ताका कळयलें जाल्यार तो आपल्या बिजापूरचो, तो नेटीव ऑफ बिजापूरचो वचपाचो, ताका कळपाक दिवंक नाका आनी ताका हाडलो हांगासर, एंड देन प्रॉपर्टी सगळी रिकवर जाली. अक्युज्डाचें नांव रमेश सत्या अलियास वडर, एज 37, रेजिडेंट ऑफ बिजापूर, कर्नाटका. दुसरो अक्यूज संजय शिवाजी बाने, एज 26, रेजिडेंट ऑफ लातूर, महाराष्ट्र. आणि तिसरो अक्यूज मोहम्मद शेख सलीम, एज 28, resident of Gadak, Karnataka.
It is Prakash Kadikar for Herald TV.
The Goa State Industries Association (GSIA) on Friday disapproved of Labour Minister Atanasio Babush Monserrat's statement that the Labour and Employment Department will be labour friendly and not management friendly. Now, the GSIA President Damodar Kochkar said the government should adopt a balanced approach and always try to facilitate to arrive at an amicable understanding between labour and management.
Labour Minister Babush Monserrat says that the Labour and Employment Department will be labour friendly, not management friendly. Reacting to this, GSIA President Damodar Kochkar said that the government should adopt a balanced approach and always try to facilitate to arrive at the amicable understanding between the labour and the management. Rates of minimum wages used to be reserved once 3.5 to 5 years when there was no VDA element in the minimum wage rates.
See now what I am trying to say is everybody industry has become like a punching bag. Everybody comes. Now that day one accident happened in Zuari Agrochemical. It's unfortunate that accident happens. We also feel that accident should not happen. Now when accident happens, it is a duty of a practitioner boiler inspector to investigate, find out what is the cause, and then give the statements. He is saying that 70% of people are not complying to rules. This is a very vague statement. I told him, I wrote him a letter immediately. You give me the list of the industries who are not following. And if you are finding that they are not complying, we as a GSI members will ensure that all industries comply to the rules and regulations. Why people are not complying also, that also I will tell you why they are not complying. Not complying means, as he is saying, people are not complying. What they do, the conditions, every time they are saying you do certain audit. We are ready to do the audit. There are so many people who can do this audit. Now some company can take a ISO certification in which the audits is included. Their contention is you do audit only with the people whom they are certifying as a competent officer. Now these competent persons are charging whatever rate they want. Simple, and that also they are saying people they are what competent officer person they have finalized are outsiders. Now CM is talking about Swayam Purna Goa. Why we don't find competent officers in Goa to do this? Why you are not assigning the competent officer? So what we are suggesting, GSIA will find out the qualified people from Goa, ask the chief of the factories to support us in identifying how this audit has to be carried out. Let him train them and tell that these are the people, so that there is a control about what is charged, what is not charged. Because these people come from Pune, 2 hours they do some checking and give a bill of 1.5, 1.8 lakhs, which people cannot afford now. See, small industries, you will be surprised how people are operating. It is not easy to run a business after COVID and all these things. Now the raw material rate is increasing and everything is increasing. The fuel cost is increasing. It's not easy to run a business. Said that you need to do a smart card. See, we are not against making of smart card. But in the smart card form, they are asking to put around 24 different inputs, and each form has to be keyed in separately. What we suggested them, now some companies is having 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 employees. Whatever data you require, we'll give in a spreadsheet. Give it to the department, you fill up and give the cards to us. We have no issue. So such things have to be sorted out in across the table rather than giving just statements like this. Then he said compulsorily everybody has to advertise for the whenever the jobs are created. See, when the jobs are created, as per guideline, we are supposed to inform the respective what do you call it employment exchange, which every company is doing. You cannot say you have to advertise. Some people may not be affording to do that. So this was my thing.
It's Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
The members from the All Goa Naval Civilian Employees Union have demanded the authorities to scrap the new pension scheme. They have alleged that this new scheme has no benefit to them. Watch.
All Goa Naval Civilian Employees Union have demanded the scrapping of new pension scheme. Here's why.
2004 के बाद किसी को जॉब में आए हैं उनके लिए पेंशन का सुविधा नहीं है। उनका एनपीएस स्कीम करके न्यू पेंशन स्कीम में लागू किया गया। इसमें क्या होता है, हमारा पेमेंट कट होता है 10% कट करके वो शेयर मार्केट में डाला जाता है। जब शेयर मार्केट में डाल के 3 बैंक में बांट रहा है, उसमें क्या बेनिफिट होना है, क्या हो रहा है, हमारा हाथ में कुछ नहीं बता रहा है। आजकल वो मार्केट में डाउन होते जा रहा है शेयर में। तो आगे जाके हमारा 60 ईयर्स के बाद हमारा शेयर मार्केट में क्या होएगा क्या नहीं होएगा कुछ का गारंटी नहीं है। इसलिए हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि ये एनपीएस को बंद करो, नेशनल पेंशन स्कीम को। पहले जो चलता था ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम, उसमें हमको चालू करने का बोला। ये क्या हो गया, कई राज्यों में इनका एनपीएस को समझ में आ गया, उन लोग बंद कर दिया। एग्जाम्पल हमारा राजस्थान हो गया, छत्तीसगढ़ हो गया, इन्होंने अपना स्टेट के इलेक्शन बॉडी में इन्होंने एजेंडा में ले लिया, पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा में आ चुका है आजकल। तो उसी कारण में उन लोग बंद कर दिया। तो हम प्रधानमंत्री का चिट्ठी भी लिखा है इस बारे में। हम कई बार इसी मुद्दा में हम लोग कई बार दे दिया, आंदोलन कर लिया, गेट मीटिंग कर लिया, धरना उतर गया, सब कुछ कर लिया। फिर भी अभी सोच रहा है कि हम प्रधानमंत्री से और एक बार कोशिश करेंगे। हमारा 27-28 को कानपुर में 19 टर्नल कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ। तो कॉन्फ्रेंस में देश भर लोग आया, यही रेजोल्यूशन पास किया है। इस बार आगे हमको एनपीएस का नहीं चाहिए, सीधा इसको स्क्रैप करना है। तो एनपीएस स्क्रैप करने के लिए हम लोग रेजोल्यूशन पास किया। इसी मुद्दे पे आज हम लोग यही खड़ा है। और प्रधानमंत्री से ये उम्मीद करता है हम लोग जल्दी से जल्दी हमारा सरकारी कर्मचारी को एक कष्ट से दूर करने के लिए मैं विनंती करता हूँ। होगा साहब ऐसे चेयरमैन, इसका पहले वाला फोन होगा साहब चली गए, कोई नया आने वाले का हमसे अभी तक बातचीत नहीं हुई। तो आने वाला समय में यही रखेंगे, लेकिन चिट्ठी तो उनका थ्रू ही आगे जा रहा है। तो इसका फुल आवर है उनका सब हाल में। हमने गेट मीटिंग कर रहा है ये भी बता दिया, और प्रधानमंत्री का चिट्ठी सुबह CS और लैब के साथ में मैं आगे भी बढ़ाया।
आप कोई अगला स्टेप लेंगे अगर आपका मांग पूरा नहीं होएगा तो?
हम लोग ये BMS का स्टैंड लिया है। मैं BMS का प्रदेश का महामंत्री के नाते बोलना चाहता हूँ। हम ये प्राइवेटाइजेशन हो रहा है और इंडस्ट्रीज़ का, डिफेंस इंडस्ट्रीज़ का 41 ऑर्डिनेंस फैक्ट्री को साथ में कर लिया। तो उसी सब मुद्दा में लेके हम लोग दिल्ली चलो प्रोग्राम के 17 नवंबर में होने वाला है। उसमें सब लोग मिलकर बड़ा सा आंदोलन होएगा।
BMS का फुल फॉर्म क्या है?
भारतीय मजदूर संघ। भारतीय मजदूर संघ का अफिलेटेड यूनियन है, ये है भारतीय प्रतिरक्षा मजदूर संघ, एक फेडरेशन है। तो उसी में अफिलेटेड हम लोग ऑल गोवा नेवल सिविलियन एम्प्लॉयज यूनियन है। तो कहीं ना कहीं हम उसी तरह से उनका आदेश पर है हम लोग आते हैं।
Kiran Borkar for Herald TV.
People of Goa will suffer a big loss if the auction leases go to Adani and JSW. Trade union leader Puti Gaonkar has warned. Outsiders will come and there will be no benefit to locals, he said. He also recalled that then Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar had said that local workers would be given work even after the auction. Also, conditions should be laid on how much ore is to be extracted, he stated. Puti also called on Claude Alvarez not to mislead people that they are the owners. If it is so, people should get the money, he said.
People of Goa will suffer a big loss if the auction leases go to Adani and JSW. Trade union leader Puti Gaonkar has warned. Local workers need to be given work even after the auction. Puti Gaonkar called on government to auction the mines after 6th of June.
सुप्रीम कोर्टात कसलीच ऑर्डर येवना आणि 2022 6 मे 2022 सेक्शन 12 इनवोक केलें. म्हणजे हेजो अर्थ कितें की हे सेक्शन तुम्ही 2018तच करू शकताले 6 महिन्या नंतर. ते तुम्ही करूंक ना इंटेन्शनल. आणि जे हांव सांगतालो परत की ह्यो मायनी 6 महिन्या भितर सुरू करूंक शकता ते ह्याच आदाराचेर सांगता की सरकारान एकदा टेक ओवर केली जाल्यार ऑप्शन करपाचें. कारण CM ऑन रिकॉर्ड केला पळय, जे सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंट BJP सरकार जे आहा तेंचे कडेन उलोवन तेजी मिटींग जाली दिल्ली, आनी मिटींगान हांगा तेणी प्रेस घेतल्या नंतर आपूण ऑप्शन करता म्हणून सगळ्यो मायनी आपूण ऑप्शन करता हो ताणें स्टेटमेंट केला. आतां हें डिसिजन 4 वर्सां पयलीं केलें जेन्ना पिरियड सोंपलेलो 6 म्हयने आनी 1 म्हयनो लागतालो, 2 म्हयने लागता. तेन्ना जर केलें न्ही जाल्यार सगळे मायनी सुरू जाता आशिल्ले. म्हणून हो सरकाराच्या म्हाका फक्त एकच दिसता आय वेलकम द स्टेप जी कितें आतां केलें तें. पूण ऑक्शन करता आसतना खरेंच ऑक्शन करतले काय आनी कितें करतले, काय हें करतले काय तो वाट पळयता लिटिगेशन बी जावपाची. हो एक मुद्दो तांणी क्लॅरिफाय सरकारान करपाची गरज आसा. आनी इमिजिएटली ऑक्शन जर करपाचें आसा जाल्यार इमिजिएटली आफ्टर 6 जून इमिजिएटली. फाल्यां जर अडाणी आनी JSW येयलो जाल्यार गोंयच्या लोकांक हें नुकसान आसता. गोंयचे लोक त्रासांत पडटले, कारण पयलीं कितें जातालें, पयलींचे मायनीच्यो ज्या जाग्यार आसल्यो त्या लोकांक एम्प्लॉयमेंट मेळटालो, तेंचे ट्रक थंय वयताले, तांकां पयसो जनरेट जातालो. आज जर भायले जर येयले जात मायनीचेर ऑप्शन करतकच जाल्यार हे सगळे लोक भायले कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर घेतले, परमनंटची तर मेळचीच ना कोणाक. सगळे लोक भायले येतले, लोकल लोकांक थंय बेनिफीट काय मेळचें ना आनी ते एग्जॉस्ट करून घेवन वयतले. पूण कंडिशन आसपाक जाय, लिमिटेशन आसपाक जाय, कितलो माल काडप ना हें लिमिटेशन उरोंक जाय. नाजाल्यार व्हडली कंपनी येतली 10 वर्सां भितर मोकळी करतली, 5 वर्सां भितर मोकळी करतली. मागीर लोकांक कितें मेळटलें ताचें? ते लोकांचे अशें प्रोविजन खंयच कायद्यांत ना. तेणी जोडलेले पयशे काडून लोकांक वांटप हें खंयच कायद्यांत ना. जितले तुजे मिनरल आसो कितें आसो, ऑक्शन करपाचें जाल्यार ऑक्शनाचो रेट कितें तो गव्हर्मेंटाक वयतलो, पब्लिकाक खंय रेट वयतलो हें तर हांवें आज म्हाज्या लायफांत खंय पळोवना किंवा इंडियेंत हें केन्ना पळोवना. जो क्लाउडार सांगता की लोकांक पयशे मेळटले. ओरिसाक हें जालें, ऑक्शन जाली म्हणटात. जर जालें ओरिसा ऑक्शन जाल्यार थंयचे पयशे लोकांक मेळ्ळे ते दाखोवचे क्लाउड ऑफिसाक. थंयचे बाबा ओरिसाच्या लोकांक इतके पयशे ऑक्शनीन वाटले दाखोवचे ताणें क्लियर लोकां समोर स्पश्ट येवचें. बेश्टें सांगचें न्हय की ही आतां लोकांच्यो मायनींग जाल्यो, पब्लिकाच्यो मायनींग जाल्यो आनी पब्लिकाक तेजे बेनिफीट जातले. हेच्या उलट गोंयच्या लोकांक हेचे डिसएडवांटेज आसा. जे थंयचे लोकल्स आसात जेंकां पयलीं एम्प्लॉयमेंट मेळटालो, थंय धंदो कितें ट्रक चलतालो ताचो, हें जावचें ना. आनी हे जर भायले येयले एम्प्लॉय जाल्यार हे भायले कॉन्ट्रॅक्टाचे लोक हाडटले आनी कंपनी चलयतले. लोकलाक ताचे कांय बेनिफीट जावचें ना, वयल्यान नुकसान जातलें. आनी म्हणून हांव सरकारा कडेन मागता इमिजिएटली जे कोण लीज आसा होल्डर जे घेतले ऑप्शन करतकच थंय कंडिशन घालपाक जाय की ह्यो ज्यो लीज कोण घेतले तेंच्यांनी थंयच्या वर्करांक, थंयचे जे कोण ट्रक आसात तांकां, मशिनरी आसा तांकां तेंच्यांनी काम दिवपाक जाय, भायले हाडपाक जायना.
And that's all we have in today's news bulletin. Thanks for watching Herald TV News. For more news alerts, please follow us on Heraldo on Facebook and Twitter. Take care and goodbye.